Good afternoon, everybody.
Good
I
afternoon.
know we talk about our days a lot, about what we do. Hopefully, at some point, I would like to give you a tour of our lovely home, but that is going to have to wait to possibly, hopefully, next week. My house is not messy per se. It's just that when you're home all the time, it's really hard, especially with children. It's really hard to keep it clean. So I'm planning to do a home tour of my home, of our home next week. Show you where we live, where we hang out, what we do, that kind of stuff. But right now, see, I've been mostly talking about the school stuff because I'm really so frustrated with the school system right now. It's not their fault. COVID is not their fault, but the I got an email yesterday from the school district that they're going to be postponing in-person schooling at least until October. So September 14th starts virtual learning again. I am getting so tired of the virtual learning because it interferes with a lot of things. I need to find another job. I mean, my husband can't support us all for long, and I got to do something. I need to get out of the house. I can't do this every day. And I know that's what our government wants. It wants us to rely on them, but I don't want to rely on my government. I want to rely on myself to get what I want in life. But anyways, sorry, but I'm very, very frustrated with it because I have to find a way to now balance when I do get a job, my job, and making sure he stays on track with school. It's really, really frustrating. Okay, but his cousin comes over and they do school together. Well, as much as I can do it. We start off with calendar. We do the 12 months of the year song. There's song videos that are on YouTube. Jack Hartman has the 12 months of the year song. I refer to Jack Hartman for a lot of my music videos. He's just I found him amazing and just really good. He's really good with the kids. Alex learns through music. You know how when we get songs stuck in our heads and we'll sit there and we'll repeat it for days and days and days and days and days. That's kind of what he does. Days of the week, and then they have two calendar assignments independently. They both have a calendar, paper calendar, where we take turns reciting the days of the week. And I asked them what day of the week is it today for the if for the one that the little girl who's in pre-K. What I do is we cross off, like say we'll cross off Thursday and we'll look at today's date, and then we'll scroll all the way up, and then we'll say what day of the week it is. So tomorrow it would be Friday, August 21st, 2020.
Yeah.
On the calendar, Alex and we write all our events, like if we're going to go to the grocery store, if we have birthday parties, or if we're going fishing, we write all of it on the calendar. So that way he sees it every day, he knows it's coming, no surprises, he's good to go. Even though he's getting better about going to stores. I never really had any problems with going with him to the store, but some autistic children, some just don't like going places. They don't like the noise. And then we do our calendar journal. They're both on different levels with this. I'm not worried about place value with her right now because obviously she's only pre-K level. So with her, we just we work on recognizing her name, and she traces over her name. I have name tracing over there for her. She'll circle today's day of the week, write down the number, circle the month, the year, write it in numbers. I have to help her with this. And then they go to the window, tell me what they see for the weather, and they draw a picture.
Mhm.
And we listen to the weather song on YouTube. And then this is something new that we've been doing, that I started doing with Alex. It's called, graph the weather. Like today, do we have sunny on here? That it was sunny and a little bit of clouds this morning. Like tomorrow, it'll be the 21st. And whatever the weather is for that day, we're going to come over here and we're going to color it in. And then at the end of the month, we're going to count and see how many days were cloudy, how many days were sunny. It also works with the math skills. After that, we did a read aloud today.
Read aloud?
We have a read aloud after weather where, depending on the theme of the week, I select a book, a children's book in that theme, and that's what we do. Today's was Down on the Farm. Please don't play with your glasses. Okay? Your glasses are not toys. We need them to see, right? Do you see mommy playing? I know I fidget with my glasses. I push them up. My glasses is missing a nose piece. That's why you're always seeing me doing this. I have to get a hold of my eye doctor to get new glasses. Okay, and after the read aloud, we do a barn. We did a farm related activity. Today was matching. They had to match the animal word. Alex already knows these back and forth, but it's always good for him to keep refreshing and good review. Then after that, his ELA today was sight word review. We just recited and reviewed we did flashcards pretty much for his sight words. After that, we did if you follow me on Twitter, you will see a video on Twitter of a zip line that came out of a Disney STEM activity book. It was supposed to be for Aladdin. They wanted us to use leaves in the shape of a turtle, but the glue would not stick because the leaves were still pretty wet no matter how much I tried to dry them. So I ended up using the string and a roll of tape instead. It was the same principle. And my cat is making a lot of noise playing with the broom. And after that, we went outside for a scavenger hunt. Thursdays is life skills day. It's not necessarily nature walk day. It's life skills where we work on life skill things. I mean, it can be anything from learning the parts of the body to learning your senses. Learning our name, our phone number, our address. Learning about safety. That stuff. Life skill things. Putting coats on by ourselves, putting our shoes on by ourselves. Those things. And then after that, they played outside. They had some playtime today. And then we go on to math. Today, Alex, we are working on comparing numbers with him because he is struggling hardcore with understanding what more means, what less means, what big, and pretty much if you're familiar with it, the greater than, less than, equal to method of math. But he's having a hard time with that, so I'm working more with him on that. It's actually one of his it was supposed to be one of his requirements that he was supposed to be able to do at the end of kindergarten. And then after math, they each had about 15-20 minutes worth of computer time, right? I use education.com for them. They spend 15 minutes on math and 15 minutes on reading, and then they're done. Courtney usually goes back home for lunch. After lunch, he does social studies. And for social studies, we are learning the 50 states of our country, right? Right. He already knows about the continents and oceans. He knows what continent do we live on.
North America.
He already knows. Okay, what's the name of our country? What's the name of our country? What's our country? United
United States
of.
America.
There you go. Otherwise abbreviated as
USA.
Very good. See, he knows that stuff. So now we're learning more about our country. We are learning about our flag. We're learning that the stars on the flag represent a state here in the United States. And there's 50 of them. Yeah. Each white star represents the United States here in America. And there's 50 of them. He's got a workbook that helps him with that. We got a puzzle that we do. What we do is I dump the puzzle and we pick up each piece and I recite the state and then we put it in the puzzle and we keep doing it. It gets him familiar with the states. I mean, he's doing it. Once we learn that, then we will pursue on to presidents. Yeah, the presidents. He knows our current president. At least I think he does. I haven't been keeping up with it. Do you remember our president's name? Who's our president? Donald
Trump.
There you go. There you go. You got it.
Donald Trump.
Donald Trump is our president. Do you know what state we live in?
New York.
Very good. Yes. We're going to keep the city and stuff private. But see, you do very good. You do very good. Please don't do that. I don't like it when you get in my face like that. Well, it's rude. Because I can't, when you get into mommy's face like that, mommy can't see you. Mommy can't see things that are close up. See, when my hand's like this, I can't see. Fishing on Saturday. Tomorrow, we're going to do art. After this video, he's going to watch a movie, and while he's doing that, I'm going to be figuring out what we're going to be doing for tomorrow. See, when they do their computer games, I pay attention and I watch to see what they're struggling with, because what they struggle on is what I make my lessons about the next day. See, it was a very good thing that I started him back out on pre-K, because I realized that he's having a hard time with object recognition. Like, say, for example, here, I'll use these markers for an example. He'll probably do it now, but on the computer, if I say I have, I can hold off 5 at once. I have, how many markers are in my hand?
1.
Without counting, how many markers are in my hand?
5.
See, he was able to do it today, but he couldn't do it yesterday. He couldn't do it yesterday. I'm trying to get him to be able to recognize it without counting. Counting is good. Don't get me wrong. Counting is good. It helps him to check and make sure it's correct. But if I put up a number and I tell him 5, and like if I have, let's say for example, I have a row of 4 here, and I have, a row of 3 or a row of 2, and I ask him to find me the one that makes 4, he has trouble with that. So he had trouble on that. So we're working on that. Like I said, we're still doing comparing numbers. He's still having trouble comparing numbers. But that's the only thing I found. Oh yeah, pre-K level. He's also having trouble with sorting a little bit, telling the difference, what belongs, what doesn't belong. He's having, I didn't notice that stuff because I'm not told that stuff from his school that he has trouble with that. So that's the only way I find out for myself. So tomorrow's ELA lessons are going to be more about him, what belongs and what doesn't belong and what's different and why is it different. ELA is not just writing, it's also reading and understanding, like reading comprehension. Like if I were to sit here and read him a book, and each page I would ask him a question about what I read on that book, on that page. And it's pretty much if he's able to answer that question. We're working on his paying attention. Stop, please. You do that every time. Please stop. Okay? When you do that, you're hitting me in the back. Okay? Please don't do that. Sorry, I hate doing that all the time with the videos with him, but every video I make, he gets so excited and so happy that he does that and he doesn't realize that when he's doing it, he's hitting me in the back. I'm trying to get him to sit up when we do these videos. So these videos are also practice for him, for, what's the word I'm looking for him to stay focused. It's really hard for him to sit without fidgeting, so it's also helping him with his fidgeting. So here, instead of fidgeting, we can sit there and doodle. We can make shapes, like here, make a circle. And then we can do this and make a flower. Okay.
I'm gonna make a diamond.
Yeah, you made diamond. I'm gonna make rectangle. Alrighty, well that sums up today's video. You can look for us in tomorrow's video. Hopefully next week I will get the house nice and ship shape so we can give you a tour of our home, and I will be using my other camera for this. I forgot that I had a digital camera that I can do these videos with. All right, you guys have a nice day. Say bye.
Bye.